What's up, home crew? How's everybody doing? Another week, another video, another week without a haircut. Things are getting long. So a little bit shaggy. Talked to the girl that cuts my hair, and they just pushed back the date for allowing them to open up. So it's looking like it's going to be at least another 3 or 4 weeks before I'm going to be able to get in there and get a little bit of a trim. I think I'm going to get some more chopped off here. It's definitely, I'm slowly going shorter and shorter from the length that I had it in the past. So definitely feeling a little need to chop some stuff off. I'm not sure about you all, but it's definitely in need of a haircut. So, hope everybody's doing well. I didn't put a video out last week. I've had a couple topics coming to me to discuss. This one today I'm seeing is very prominent within the collective consciousness. It's about resentment. The biggest thing is so let me just start off like this. So imagine that you had a thorn in the heel of your foot, a big thorn. And everywhere you went, basically, you felt that thorn. It was just in the heel of your foot, wherever you went. So the biggest thing is, even though you try to block it out, you tried to go along with your own daily routine, everything else, that nagging thorn in your foot is still there. It's still in the background, continually shooting pain up your leg. So basically, resentment works in the same way. If we are holding resentment, and resentment is tied into judgment, how we judge our reality, as far as our perceptions and so on. So it is very tricky, because a lot of people don't know the levels of resentment that they're holding on to. So it's a matter of, and let me just define resentment in itself. It's where we feel like treated unfairly. If we are treated unfairly, that's an aspect of resentment. It could be tied into somebody that did us wrong, or caused injury to us, or we could hold levels of anger, basically, and we're holding resentment towards whoever or whatever it was that caused us that injury, and therefore we're holding that anger basically towards that aspect. There's a lot of different other relationships regarding resentment. Say somebody, it's not even on a personal level that these levels of resentment that I'm seeing basically exist. So say if it was a group of people, say slave owners, we're holding resentment towards the group and anything related to slave owners, and that still is holding a level of resentment towards that whole group. That's just an example. The same thing goes towards anyone in a certain color of skin, or tone of color of skin. We could also say the reptilians for controlling and manipulating humanity for thousands of years. We could hold resentment towards, say all reptilians. Again, some of you don't even know what I'm talking about regarding reptilians, but it doesn't really matter. The biggest point is that when we hold on to resentment, it's with us no matter where we go. It clouds and distorts our judgment of reality. So therefore, when we are going and we're in a situation and we're holding on to resentment for something or something that we view, it essentially affects our view of whatever is right in front of us right now. Such as, not all reptilians are manipulation and control. Even though the ones here on Earth basically have been, but not all reptilians in the universe basically are aligned with manipulation and control. All people in a certain tone of skin are not basically racist, or not all are going to harm other people. So grouping and categorizing and so on, that's the judgment level, and these levels of resentment come out through these levels of judgment. And again, it clouds our perceptions. It basically, here's another couple of examples. So, say resentment towards, we have people in politics, resenting all Democrats, regardless if some of the things that basically are in line with that actually assist them personally. They still resent all Democrats. Same thing is, some Democrats resent all Republicans, or not necessarily all Republicans, but the Republican overall theme and so on, even though that there's things on the Republican aspect that benefit them personally. So there's this levels of resentment are big time, are very prominent in our reality right now. So the biggest thing is do what you can to observe yourself and how you are, some of these levels of resentment that you may be holding on to that you could release. And by doing so, you're going to assist the collective, you're going to assist yourself, you're going to assist the people around you, because you're going to be more open. You're going to be able to see past the illusion of the resentment, tied into resentment, like I mentioned, it's ill will, fear of maybe something that happened to you, and or anger towards something or someone or a group, and so on. So that is the biggest thing. It's the thorn of resentment. It stays with us wherever we go. It's been very interesting looking deeper into this topic over this last week or so. And as I was gathering information for this video, it's resentment is very in depth regarding how our perceptions and or beliefs in this reality, it is literally defines a lot of a lot, or I could say a majority of day-to-day activities, how much people's actions are actually based in resentment. They don't even know, a lot of times we don't even know what and how these levels of resentment are actually affecting our daily choices, how we are making decisions on a daily basis. So when you have time to look further into this and through meditation or just really observing yourself on a daily basis, if a topic comes up, I post stuff on Facebook sometimes just to see what people's reactions are going to be, just to stir up some stuff to see what comes out. And it was interesting to stir up some stuff recently, and I was able to see these levels of resentment, and they're carried over, even though it might not have affected someone personally, it's something that's carried over. And when basically if something is presented, such as a post on Facebook, it sort of spurs out these levels of resentment. People are attacking whatever that is or whatever it represents. And therefore, it's not saying that we should, common sense plays a role. It's not like you have to just everybody go totally forget, the whole thing about slave owners and everything else. It's a matter of acknowledging that that's not in alignment with, say, our collective oneness. It's not that we have to, that is what was in the past in the United States and around the world. There is people that are still in slavery, and in a lot of different ways we are. That's a whole nother topic, these other levels of slavery regarding debt and everything else. I'm not going to get into that right now, but the biggest thing is releasing the resentment. Releasing the resentment is also tied into forgiveness, to basically forgive. And if you're holding on to resentment to where a certain topic spurs up, your blood, and you react, in a certain way to someone, something, or whatever, it means you still are holding that thorn within your foot. To release that, you sort of just got to come to terms with whatever that is. You got to totally embrace it and forgive those levels. Or whatever it is going to work its way out. But the biggest thing is how, and the stuff that you are holding on to is how your reactions, and you're taking that old stuff into the now. So that basically sums it up. The thorn of resentment. Hope you all have a nice week. We'll see what comes up. I might actually have to do some trimming on myself here soon, because I'm getting tired of this stuff keep flying all over the place. You all have a nice one. Cheers, my friends. I'll see you in the next one.